Hey Garden Dreamers, Joe here. I'm here at Keystone Heritage Park in El Paso, Texas, off Donovan Street. I had never heard of this. My friend Shirley just came a couple of weeks ago and told me about it. So I reached out to them to see if they could give me a tour, and I'm super excited. I want to tell you guys about it because I've lived here for quite a while and I've never heard about it. So wanted to tell you guys about it in case you hadn't heard about it. Anyway, let's do this. Hey guys, I'm with RubyAnn. So she's going to be touring the garden with me and telling me all about it. As I told you earlier, I didn't know about it, so she's going to inform us more, right,
Yes.
RubyAnn?
Yes. Good morning. Hello. And so this is the entrance to Keystone Heritage Park. Follow me. We are a 58-acre nature park altogether. So it is 58 acres. There's 2 acres of garden, like what you see before you. When hopefully we'll have time when we walk these trails at the end, there's a gate that leads out to the desert experience on the left and the wetlands experience on the right. And the wetlands experience is part of what makes this area so beautiful and exciting and different. It's a natural pond where the water has been coming out of the ground for about 4,000 years.
Oh, wow.
We do have an archaeology site here. That's one of the reasons this area was saved from development is in the 70s when they found archaeology. We are standing under a beautiful mesquite tree. Often people will say, oh, those messy mesquite trees, and I hate them. And how can you hate a tree that grows so easily with so little water and creates so much shade?
Yes.
And the mess or the seeds, let me see if I find any.
And it's just like once a year that it drops, right?
Well, no, it drops several times a year depending on waterfall. And so these are the seeds which were very important to the Native Americans. You know they're ripe when they shake and you can hear like a little rattle.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear that little rattle? And they're still used today. I think it's so funny that I go to Austin and I can get mesquite pancakes and mesquite ice cream. And here in El Paso, we don't really appreciate the mesquite. Oh, same in Silver City. In fact, this weekend they have a mesquite milling event and they make flour and you can add the flour to your pancakes, waffles. And it's suddenly nutritious. You know, your pancakes are full of protein because you grind up the bean inside. You can boil it like you would pinto beans. Yeah, it's like in the legume family, like edamame. Oh. And then a lot of times people are afraid of wildlife like coyotes, and they think, oh, the coyotes want to eat my kitten and my puppy. 90% of coyote poop is full of seeds. Yeah, they're omnivores like we are. They have teeth like similar to ours, and they eat a lot of mesquite seeds. And then of course the birds love them, the bees love them. Even when the flower is out, like right now it's not spring, so there are no flowers, but the flower is a little yellow tube like this with a bunch of tiny little flowers full of bees. This is a wonderful tree for wildlife.
And it grows pretty easy, right?
And it grows pretty easily. Yes.
I've heard recently.
Yes. And then, so in our garden, we do have lots of cactus because we are a desert botanical garden. Here you can already see an example of 3 different kinds of prickly pear. That is called your, the common name is bunny ears prickly pear. Those round pads over there, that's another prickly pear. And then if you can see right over the top, there's the long shaped, oh yeah, and there's bird eating a tuna. And then there's a long shaped pad. That's a cow's tongue prickly pear. So, oh, and here's another one. This is also a bunny ear, but see that one has red spines. There's over 200 different kinds of prickly pear. Oh. And it is a New World plant, so it's, you know, North America, South America. And when you go to Europe, people love them. Like I go to the grocery stores, or I've been to the grocery stores out there, and the way we sell other plants, they have little cactus all over in their grocery stores selling cactus. Nice. And so here you can see how lush and beautiful it is. It is. These are all low water plants, native or native adapted. There's a lot of the Texas sage we find these all over Texas, all over El Paso. They have the purple flowers that when it's going to rain, buds come out. People call this a barometric, or they call it a rain predictor. And actually what it's doing is it's sensing the barometric pressure changes, so it starts to bud, and then it rains and it blooms.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's super. We have another flower, it's a rain lily, that also will bloom when it's gonna rain. And then, oh, I see right there, there's some red on that bush right there. That's a hummingbird bush.
It's pretty.
And
and is this watered with drippers, with the rain?
So in the garden, we do have an irrigation system.
Okay.
We do not use timers. It would be beneficial as far as like, you know, in a home, saving time. But because we're so large, we still turn everything on manually, because when you are walking your garden manually, you're physically checking on it and seeing what's growing, what's surviving, does anything need to move. There's another autumn bloomer right there. I think a lot of times we think of plants as only blooming in the springtime, but this is bird migration season. There's still butterflies out, because butterflies are food for the birds. Birds also eat the nectar of the flowers and seeds. So there's autumn bloomers. Like this particular plant is called a turpentine bush, and it is specifically an autumn bloomer. So I used to say, like, when I first started learning about gardening, when look, there's a bunch of bees over there.
Yeah, I saw it, and a little moth.
And a little moth. It's awake in the daytime.
Are they usually at
So
night?
moths are often evening and nighttime, and butterflies are in the day. Although butterflies are just another type of moth as well. And then in El Paso, we are home to over, again, 200 different kinds of bees. Honeybees are not native to this entire continent. They're a European insect that was brought here by the Europeans to make, because they didn't know what they were coming to, you know, if there was going to be food or, you know, what kind of food. So they brought everything, including bees and earthworms. And yeah, when I first started like getting into gardening, I thought we would plant, like, because I was thinking as a human and visually, and I was like, oh, of course you want to plant something that blooms in autumn, so there's always something colorful.
Yes.
But it has a purpose, because there's butterflies and bees, and they still need to eat. So things bloom, you know, in time for plants, for animals to have food.
When do the butterflies go? I have like a Greg's Blue Mist flower, and I still have butterflies. When are they supposed to leave? Or certain ones don't leave?
Most like butterflies don't migrate. It's really monarchs are the only butterfly that truly migrate. Most butterflies will die. Some have this ability to like turn they go into a torpor, like a hibernation, where they kind of envelop themselves and they look like a dead leaf or like a fallen leaf. But really it might be a butterfly or it might be a moth. And that's why now there's a big push to not rake, to not throw your leaves away, because leaves, like fallen leaves, make the ground warm. They keep it from freezing in the winter, so it helps regulate temperature. They also hold in moisture, so again it helps to not freeze. It warms the ground, and then it's habitat. The leaves, because there's butterflies and moths and torpor, raccoons and skunks will come and they'll dig around in the leaves and they eat those moths, they eat caterpillars. That's their food in the winter. So for many reasons, leaving the leaves is important. So like in this garden, we are an organic garden, no pesticides, no herbicides, not even chemical fertilizers. We let everything bloom in its own time. We don't force it to grow, because when you force things to grow, like trees, they're actually weaker because you make them grow too fast, and so the wood doesn't have enough time to strengthen. Yeah, well, and then, yeah, even the wood itself, like not just the roots, but the wood itself is weaker from forcing it to grow faster. So we don't add any fertilizers, just everything grows in its own time, in its own time frame, and it blooms when it's supposed to, so it's ready for the insect that needs it. And when I talk about being an organic garden and we have lots of insects here, most of them are beneficial, we also have wasps, paper wasps. And if you look over at the fountain, you'll see floating on the water, there's a wasp. Or floating on the water. Oh, that one's a dead one. But we'll still talk about it because
They actually float?
well, what they do is there's surface tension to the water and they'll land on the water to drink. Oh, but like that one, it just flew away. But also when you see the wasps come down and they just grab water in their mouth, what they're doing, our native wasp, the paper wasp, it comes, it grabs the water, it goes to a tree or wood, spits the water out, and then softens the wood, digs the wood out, takes that wood back to where they're building their nest. And if you know you have a paper wasp nest because it looks like paper. That's why they're called paper wasps, because their nests look like paper and they kind of look like honeycombs. They look like honeycombs because bees and wasps are cousins. The wasps came first and then the bees came afterward. And yeah, only the males have a stinger. The females, no, I'm lying. I got that backwards. Yes, the females have a stinger and the males have the reproductive organ. So only the female will sting. The males, they can't sting. And often wasps land on me in here all the time. Like I'll be pulling weeds and I'll be in the garden bed and then there's wasps flying around. As long as you stay calm, they stay calm.
Okay, I was going to ask you because I know I'm a little more afraid of wasps than bees.
Right.
Because I've heard they're more aggressive, but not really.
Well, and again, there's different types of bees and wasps. And we're lucky because the wasps in El Paso, most of them are pretty chill. I haven't been to Atlanta or anywhere in Georgia, and I bring that up because we've had several visitors from Georgia who are like, oh, we have this wasp and that wasp and it's so aggressive and they chase me. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't happen here. Oh, that one's still alive. Check it out. Yeah. And wasps,
he was tricking us.
They have a very good sense of smell and a very good sense of recognition. We cannot see the difference in their faces, but different wasps will recognize the queen from their nest versus queens from other nests.
Oh, I love that. I love animals.
Yeah, they're all really fascinating. And because we've saved this wasp life, I'm hoping that it will remember us and will be like, oh, you don't have to sting those people. They're very nice. And then I often show people this picture of a wasp that's landed on my hand, on my arm. And yeah, you know, if you're calm, they're calm. Sometimes they just need a break. Our sweat is full of salt. Salt is, you know, it helps you. Like we need, it's a mineral that we need. They do too. My husband likes to say that our sweat is Gatorade for them. And so, yeah. So sometimes they land on you, and as long as you're calm, they're generally calm. Oh, how funny. Those silly wasps. We'll rescue this one too. Oh, no, you silly. Come on. There it goes. It'll be fine now. And I'm probably going to just blow this one off like into a bush. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that about the wasps.
Yeah, and hopefully if we're lucky, we'll find a paper wasp nest.
Oh, cool.
So I can show you. Another common wasp here is the mud dauber. And the mud daubers, they make their nest out of mud. If we might be able to find some of those. They're harder to find because they blend in, you know, because they're mud, so they blend in.
And is it like year round they do this, or is there a certain time?
So they'll start in the spring making their nests, and then in the winter, most of them will die except for the queen. The queen hibernates, she survives, she wakes up in the springtime and then starts building her nest, lays eggs, makes larvae, and then she has you know, more wasps to help her keep making the nest. So the nest gets bigger as the season goes. And they're pollinators. They're accidental pollinators. Like bees have furry like furry legs and pouches that the pollen sticks to. Wasps are insect eaters, so they'll be eating aphids or other insects like caterpillars, and then the pollen just accidentally sticks to them when they go on to the next plant.
Okay.
Yeah, but moths are very important because they're pollinators. Well, most insects are pollinators.
Yeah, even flies. I just read recently that flies are too. I was like, okay.
Yes, and that's another
that's
one.
their purpose.
Right. Well, and we think of flies as like the house fly, the yucky house fly, but there's hundreds of different kinds of flies, and some of them look like bees, and some bees look like flies. So it's crazy. Like, and the more I'm here in the garden, and the more I'm learning, the more my mind gets blown. Just like how you said.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something else that blew my mind? So we think of like butterflies as dancing on flowers, and flies, you know, sit on poop.
Yeah.
Do you know that butterflies eat poop?
No.
Yes. So often if there's like you're out in the mosquito, those ones I do kill. We don't like mosquitoes.
Right. And there's a lot this year because of the rain.
There's a lot this year for sure. And sometimes you'll have like a muddy area. Well, in that mud, there's probably poop, right? Whether it's from a coyote or a dog or a cat or whatever. And you'll see butterflies landing on there. They're getting the nutrients from the poop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're ever having like we do events where we try to identify butterflies or moths, different insects. We have moth night and pollinators a week.
Oh, nice.
And so one of our scientists, Dr. Paul Hyder, he'll make a concoction that does include some poop, and that will attract butterflies to a tree faster than a flower sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, nature, right? It's just crazy.
Yeah, I only have like 4 years gardening, but every year I see more and more buggies, and I love it.
Yes, it's awesome. They all have a purpose.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, there's another one, another mesquite tree where, again, you know, when people are like, oh, I hate those trees. How can you hate them? Look how big it's grown and how much shade it's providing. It provides food. I love, oh, you know what? Let's go this way. It's easy to do a tour in the garden because I don't even have to walk very far. There's so much happening in every area.
And did you say the garden is 2 acres?
It's 2 acres. Oh, okay. The garden itself is 2 acres. The wetlands trail is about 17 acres, and the desert trail is about 17 acres. So if we were to walk the entire area, it's about a 1.5 mile walk. So we call this the butterfly garden. Let me see. You can see we have 2 different kinds of daisies here. This particular one is called a chocolate daisy or a chocolate flower. And if you can get close to one and smell it, I'll let you smell it.
I'm gonna get close to one. Is this the same one?
That's the same one.
Oh, it does.
Right?
You know what it smells like? Those stickers that you would scratch and it says chocolate?
Exactly.
It doesn't exactly smell like chocolate, but this is what it smells like.
Exactly. Yes. So these are called chocolate daisies.
I love that.
They are a Chihuahuan desert native. They are edible, but we ask people not to eat ours, to leave them for the bees. And yes.
And edible just like that, or do people cook them?
You can cook them, or you know, when you go to the grocery store and sometimes there's edible flowers in a package, some of those edible flowers might be chocolate daisies. And yeah, so you can just add them to a salad. You can batter them and serve them like a little dessert.
Are they pretty easy to grow from seed? Do they self-seed or not?
They do self-seed because most of these were planted, golly, I don't even know, so many years ago. Maybe some of them as old as 17 years ago, and they just reseed and they keep coming back. We're so grateful for that.
Well, what's this one?
So this is called a woolly butterfly bush. It also is a Chihuahuan desert native. You can feel the leaf. The leaf is kind of a furry leaf, a furry silvery leaf.
Cute bug.
Well, that's okay. You know what? We can go we can go to another one and talk about where we actually see more of it. I just got
Okay.
so excited because it's so funny because I'm here almost every day and I still get like excited to see something.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, and my husband makes fun of me because I'm like, oh, there's a rabbit. And he's like, we've
Like
been
you've
here for
never-
15 years. And, you know, and I'm like, but they're so
I
cute.
know, I'm starting to be the same way. Is this
Yes.
a salvia?
Yes, that one is
autumn sage. Is that the same thing?
It might. There's so many. That's another one. There's
Oh, okay.
so many different types of sages. There's hot lips, pink lips,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
yeah, summer sage, autumn sage. So and yeah, they're all salvias, but there's so many different types.
I think I just planted that one this year because I thought it was so cute.
They're super cute. The butterflies love them.
And the hummingbirds, do the hummingbirds like them?
And hummingbirds love them too.
The tubey
So
flowers,
that's
right?
another one that shocked me because yes, hummingbirds love tubed things, and you know it's easier for their beaks to get into the tube. But I see hummingbirds on all sorts of different flowers in here. Yeah, and at home too, I see them on all sorts of different flowers. I want to talk about a specific plant over here that many people might think of as weeds, but they are a native plant.
Some chrysanthemums.
Yes, one of our volunteers bought these chrysanthemums and planted them.
Yeah, they bloom for me twice a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
In June, and then again right now.
Yes. And so this particular plant is a red amaranth, and you can see that the stem is red, the flowers are red. This is food.
Edible,
yes. The Incas and the Aztec, this was one of their main foods. We have green amaranth that grows all over El Paso, and people are like, oh, that's a weed, cut it down. But,
can you eat the green one also?
Yes, absolutely. You can eat the green one. You can use the leaves in salads. You can boil the seeds. You can, the leaves, you can saute them. The seeds are full of protein. So yeah, this used to be a very important plant for the native peoples here. But, you know, things happen, colonization happens, and we killed a lot of the natural foods that people are used to. Yeah. We do have tomatoes growing here as well, although we didn't get any tomatoes. I don't know why.
Is that a bell pepper also?
Oh, look, we have a bell pepper. Good eye, good eye.
I grow bell peppers. They're like my favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you have a nice big tomato right there.
Oh, look at that. Great eye. Come look at this tomato. Yeah. Oh, I love it. And tomatoes and peppers are native to this area.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not to El Paso, but I mean to the North America, South America. It's a New World food. And I like to think how Italians, the way we know Italian food with tomato sauce and pizza sauce, that wouldn't exist if there hadn't been a trade among peoples. They didn't have tomatoes until they were discovered here in the New World. And so, and the same with eggplant. Like I think about eggplant and squash that's used in ratatouille, which is a popular French food. That food, that dish would not exist if they hadn't of come to the United States and South America and discover, which of course it wasn't called the United States back then, right? But those are New World foods, and it's so interesting that now they're considered staples of French cuisine and Italian cuisine.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yes. The origin of food.
And then we have oregano here. We have oregano and mint, which, you know, as Mexicans, well, you know, growing up Mexican, oregano is put on all of our food. You drink the tea. It does not taste good to me, but the tea is a natural remedy. Oregano is Mediterranean. It's from Italy. Think about like, again, pizza sauce, pasta sauces, they use oregano because it's native to them. Same with the mint that we use, you know, yerba buena, not even from this area.
Oh, but I thought it was Mexican.
Right. Aloe vera, that's another one, right? Like aloe vera is so important to our culture. Yes. It's an African plant. It wasn't even grown here until they brought it as part of the trade route. Yeah, it's like, again, like the more I'm outdoors, the more I'm here, the more I'm I'm learning, the more I'm researching. It's so exciting.
Yeah, because it's so much to learn. So I'm sure you do learn something new every day,
Every
right?
day there's
Yeah,
something.
I bet.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right, follow me some more. This is a maze for children to play in, or adults. Anyone can play in there. Yeah.
And is all this maintained through volunteers or
Yes.
employees or both?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. So we have a very small budget when it comes to paying employees. Right now, we budget 40 hours an entire week. So let's think that's we're 58 acres and we only have 40 hours that are paid for. And when you think of your own yard, like a front yard, and how much time it takes to work on that, like that's a lot, you know, like we need so much more. And that's why we rely on volunteers. Like that's one of our volunteers back there. There were 2 others over there. There were some out on Donovan picking up trash because the citizen collection station is close by, and people don't often put tarps on the back of their truck. So trash is flying out of the back of their truck, and then it's, you know, all along here. So we do have to go do weekly trash pickups.
Wow. And can anybody volunteer?
Yes.
You just go to your website?
To our website, and then we do a little interview and see like what they're interested in. And yeah, we rely on volunteers a lot. Right. There's another autumn bloomer, the Mexican petunia.
Yeah. I'm starting to like her.
Yes, me too. And it's so funny because I'll have people who say, oh, but they'll take over your yard. They spread. And I'm like, and what's wrong with that?
They do. I just heard that too. I interviewed somebody yesterday and she had so many. I was like, so they spread. Did you know, well, she told me that when they get wet, the seed pods get thrown. They throw the seed pods, and that's how they spread, because when they get wet, they go, they could actually hit you.
Oh,
that's
wow.
what she said.
I know that happens with the Barbados bird of paradise and the desert bird of paradise. But I didn't know that happened with these.
That's what she told me, yeah. So I was like, oh, so interesting.
You see, we learned something.
And that's why they're easily spread, because they like shoot them out. Yeah, pop.
There you go. Wow, that's exciting.
You learned something new.
I'm gonna have to pay attention. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one of those rosewoods, and you can see like how they grow. Like you can leave it like a big bush. And so this is the native, it's a native plant. It's in the rose family. It can be trained into a tree, or it can be left as a bush. This is the plant that I love because it's evergreen. It's similar to an oleander, which is not native to this area. They come from Spain. And I know people love them because they're evergreen and they have those showy flowers. This plant is native to the area. It's low water use, and it's not toxic at all. Everyone should have this plant in their yard. These right here are the leftovers from the flowers. So there's seeds in there, or there were seeds. Birds and little insects may have eaten the seeds, but those are the little seed pods. And so it makes this little cluster of white flowers, and it is aromatic. They are fragrant. This is one of my favorites, and a part of it because it's evergreen and because it's native. And if you plant them in a row, it makes a wind screen or a privacy screen just like an oleander would, but safer for your yard, low water use, you know, freeze tolerant, heat tolerant, all the things that we're looking for in plants. They're here. They're in our native species. Awesome. Oh, of course, there's the desert willow, right? Which actually is a misnomer. This is not a willow at all. It's what is its scientific name? Oh, look, I can cheat. There it is. Chelopsis linearis. And so it was given the common name willow because the shape of a leaf is similar to a willow tree, but genetically it is not at all a willow. And even though it makes a pod, it's not a legume. The seeds, let me see. The seeds usually have like a feather to them.
So it's not edible.
This one is not edible for people, but the flowers, you can boil the flowers and make a tea. Oh, look, see all the seeds flying out?
Yeah, I saw it open.
Check out the seeds.
Oh, it's kind of like the yellow bells seed?
Yeah, So
It
these
looks
are
like paper. This one looks like feathers.
related to yellow bells, and they're related
Oh,
to the
yeah, I
trumpet
like
vine.
that.
So they're more related to those
Oh,
than
okay.
they are a willow
And is
tree.
this as big as it gets, or they get pretty
Oh no,
big?
I'll show you some more.
That are
We'll
this
see
big?
some other
Oh,
big
okay.
ones. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let these spread there. And with these, the seeds will just stay. They don't drop the way other plants do,
Oh.
but you'll end up with lots of little willows because of the wind dispersal.
Oh, yeah.
And so we are home to over 250 different kinds of birds. I don't know if you can hear
What tree is
the
this?
birds.
This it looks like little maggots.
So yes, this is a
Maggot
screw.
tree.
It's a screw bean mesquite.
Oh.
So similar to the honey mesquite. Oh yeah, so look at that mesquite behind us. That's a honey mesquite. Look how tall that is. What a beautiful tree that is. So that's a honey mesquite, which requires little water because it's more of a desert plant.
Same as the one in front, right?
Same as the one in front.
Okay.
This one is a screw bean mesquite. So if you look at the shape of the leaves, they're very similar, but smaller.
Yeah.
And then of course the seed is a corkscrew. It's a corkscrew seed pod. That's why it has the common name screw bean mesquite or tornillo. Like if you go towards San Lazario, you know, to the east side, there's a whole town called Tornillo.
Yeah.
And that's because this tree grew all along the riverbanks there. It is a riparian tree, so it needs a little more water than a honey mesquite does because those are more deserty. So they are cousins, they're related, but this one grows closer to the river. And in fact, wherever the railroad is where the Rio Grande used to be. And the Rio Grande used to be a thriving big river. If you look along the railroad, you'll often find screw bean mesquite trees because you know they're there for because the water table is usually higher because that's where the river was, and so they still grow all along the Rio Grande, which is now where the railroad is. Yeah, it's also a great food source. The Native Americans would eat this one when it was green. You can eat it and grind it the way you do the honey mesquite.
The seeds, you mean?
The seeds. The seeds.
Interesting.
I'm going to take us up to this deck because I want us to see the wetlands area. But yeah, this is a natural spring where the water has been coming out of the ground for thousands of years. This would have also contributed to the Rio Grande. Where we're standing would have been underwater for sure hundreds of years ago as part of the Rio Grande.
And I see a little trail people can walk through it?
Yes. So there's about 35 acres. Oh, look. And we do discourage people from walking in the middle there because as you can see, the water is starting to go over.
From the rains. From the
water. It seeps into the ground, but then it seeps right back out here and into this natural spring. El Paso used to be full of springs. And again, anywhere where the railroad is, like there's an area on Mesa Street near the university where they're constantly having to repair the street because the asphalt gets wavy. That's because the water is underneath trying to push its way up because that's where the river was. Montana Street, the historical area of Montana, used to flood all the time, and people used to have to rebuild their homes. I'm talking like in the 1600s, people were having to rebuild their homes because the floods would come. And it's like, you built your house by the river, like move the downtown, you know, but no, they moved the river. We have spent hundreds of years figuring out how to move the river. And, you know, modern engineering, like now our river is just a channel that is alive when Elephant Butte is open and they let the water come through. Whereas before it was a thriving river. That's why people settled here. That's why they brought cotton down here. Cotton is not native to this area, but there was all this water, so they made cotton fields, and there was all this water, so they planted pecan fields. But those two crops are not native to El Paso. Yeah, but this water is, and again, all along El Paso, there were tons of springs. Now there is not. We're one of the only natural springs that is open to the public. And I think it's important for people to know that. And so even though this one is a native milkweed, it does feed the monarchs and the queen butterflies, and it supports other butterflies. Even though it's native, it is
invasive.
Like, yes, because it wraps around
Anything
other
and
animals, other trees, other plants, and it doesn't allow them to photosynthesize.
Okay.
It's a little bit toxic. Like, see, I get these because I don't learn my lesson. I get these
And
little,
you don't wear gloves.
and I don't wear gloves, and then the latex gets on me,
Oh.
and it smells really bad. The latex. Somebody told me that this
Is it from
plant,
the pods or from the
it's
leaves?
from when you break the vines. There's a milky substance there.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then yes, there is also a milky substance in the pods.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and if you look across there, we were looking at a Chiso's rosewood that had the skinny leaves. That one has slightly fatter leaves. That one is a Arizona rosewood.
Oh,
And
okay.
it also is,
And
evergreen.
you can also like make it into a tree.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, that one looks more like to replace
Like the
it with?
oleander.
Like the oleander.
Yes. And so when we think of our native plants, like, I know this one is covered in milkweed, but the leaves are small and our flowers are small. That's an adaptation for survival because it's so windy here that if it was a full leaf, it gets caught in the wind and thrown around. With the leaves being sectioned the way these are, the wind just goes through. So that's an adaptation for survival. Being small is an adaptation for survival because then it needs less water, it needs less nutrients because it's small. It's conserving energy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, nature figures out a way. But if you look across the middle path there, and then the cells over here there's so much water right now.
Nice.
Our water levels are affected by a few different things. Temperature is a big thing because when it's hot, it evaporates. The other thing though, because this is groundwater in the spring and the summer, a lot of these homes across the way used to be pecan orchards, cotton fields, and they still have wells. So whenever people open the wells to water their lawns, it's pulling up groundwater, and so pulling up that groundwater affects our water level. So there's temperature, water use. Most recently, the city put a storm drain under here, and so that steals our water as well. And a few,
I thought it was like conserved where they can't touch it. Or I guess they can.
So
I guess they could do it.
The laws changed the laws have changed, and natural wetlands, unless they're attached to a river or a large lake, natural wetlands are no longer protected. So part of like my mission is making sure people know how important wetlands are for cleaning water, for survival of birds, insects, cooling the areas in general. Like wetlands are just an important part of our environment. And I'm glad this wetlands did get saved in the 90s when it was still protected. And I hope that people love this area enough that they'll want to keep protecting the wetlands forever. Yeah, like all those cattails that grow, that's a native plant. Cattails grow along every river in the United States. They were very important to the indigenous peoples because you can use the stems to weave baskets, to make mats. The flower, which is the brown, like corn dog looking thing, when it's first in bloom, you can shake it and collect the pollen. The pollen is full of nutrients. When you get down to the bottom, the roots or the rhizome is also edible. You can cook it, you can eat it raw. There's a gelatinous material similar to aloe vera that is also, you can use it as a salve. It's healing there too.
Do you do any maintenance over here, or you just let it be?
Yes and yes. Well, we had to recreate this area because the city had sold this to the railroad, and the railroad came and just raised it. Like it was just bulldozed. The way our parking lot looks is the way this all looked. But then this neighborhood over here, when they found out that the railroad was going to put a switching yard here, They gathered together, formed a group, and they fought the
Oh.
railroad. That's when the
Oh,
Keystone
good.
Heritage Park Association, which back then it was the
So is that like 97? Is that when that
Yes.
happened? Oh,
Yes.
okay. I read a little bit of
Yes. Well, okay, 97 it was fighting a developer.
Oh, okay.
Fighting the railroad was earlier.
Oh, okay.
Because the developer wanted to put a little strip mall here.
Oh.
And but he ended up donating this. Well, there was a land swap. He gave this land back to the city, and then the city gave him some land downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but we're very grateful to him that he saw the importance, and he was willing to do a
Yeah.
land swap. That was
Oh.
very generous. It used to be just like dead out here.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
one of our board members, which this area is named the Kevin Von Finger Wetlands, because Kevin Von Finger was one of the original board members, and he worked on trying to cut down the invasive plant, which is the salt cedar, and putting in more cottonwoods, making this look more native.
Oh, okay.
And then my husband got the contract to work on all of it, but to make this look more natural, because again, it looked the way the parking lot looks. And so we have been working for years trying to make this back
Come
into
back.
a native looking desert
okay,
area.
Okay.
We're very fortunate for clubs like the Cactus and Rock Club. They've donated this year alone in 2025. I think they've donated over 200 cactus and agaves and yuccas that we have transplanted out here. We had gotten a grant to plant some of these trees out here.
Can anybody donate plants?
They
native
can,
that you want?
but we need to know that they're like from a certified nursery, because we don't want to introduce
okay.
like an invasive insect, like there's the elm weevil that's been out killing, or the ash weevil that's been out killing.
Okay.
So you want to make sure it's from a certified nursery, that it is a native plant.
Okay, okay.
Before we plant anything in the ground here, we have to. So even with the Cactus Club, they have naturalists and scientists, arborists, all sorts of people that are part of the group, and so we know we're getting good plants that are transplantable. And then how neat is that? They go to an area that's being bulldozed and they try to rescue as many plants as they can. The plants that are healthy get donated, and some go to other areas as well, and we're lucky enough to be one of the areas that gets some of these native plants, and we can transplant them. Oh, this is a native grass. See these clumps right here? These are giant saccatons. They're a native grass. They provide habitat. And this is another one that for privacy screens or for wind breaks, they make great wind breaks in your yard, so your house isn't getting beat up, because they grow to about 6 feet tall. And then you can plant them closer. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So those will all get bigger as the years go along. Hairy Cootie. So we have a javelina here. Normally javelinas live in a group called a squadron. For some reason, we have one and only one. We used to think he was an old javelina that maybe got kicked out of his group, but he looks so healthy when we see him on the wildlife cams, and he's running and he's having fun. Yeah, and I know often people are afraid of javelinas because they think, oh, those wild pigs. They're not the same as pigs that were brought from Spain. These are native to North and South America, and they're mostly plant eaters. I mean, they do eat lizards and small animals, but they're mostly herbivores, and their favorite food is nopales, and they do eat grasses.
You guys don't, you guys haven't seen them?
So
only in the cameras? Oh, you saw?
Yeah.
Harry's gonna do what Harry wants to do apparently, because Harry doesn't even have a group.
What's even funnier about Harry is that we also have coyotes here, right? And when Harry first showed up on the wildlife cams, we had seen some new puppies, and we had known, because normally coyotes will run from human beings, but there was one coyote, and she was a female, and she was like not aggressive, but she would stand her ground, and because she had puppies, so she was protecting her den. And those puppies were born when Harry first got here. So on the wildlife cam, so naturally coyotes do prey on javelinas, but on the wildlife cams we see like the coyotes chasing Harry, and then in the next frame we'll see Harry chasing the coyotes. So they're playing, and I think they're just used
maybe
to
he
each
was
other.
a baby.
Yeah, and they're just used
Like
to
the
each
fox
other.
was a
Yeah, like the fox
baby.
and the hound, right? So they're friends.
Yeah.
They're friends, and so I hope these coyotes will
Aw.
protect him from the other packs,
Mhm.
that they'll protect him. Because how cool is
Aw,
that? We have our own
yeah,
javelina.
that's cute.
And like Jerry said, when you and Ian saw the javelina, when you saw Harry, he ran from you guys. Yeah, they're not
Aw.
aggressive. They're really not.
How
Yeah.
big is it?
So they'll grow. Well, you saw him in real life. How big was he?
I would say about a 40-pounder.
Oh, okay. What time do you open for people to come and walk normally?
So we open from 9 a.m. till sunset. If you're a member, there is a combination. So it's a member perk. We change the combination every couple of months.
Oh, okay.
And then well, that way people will want to be members. And so yeah, we
How often you change it?
well, okay. And so if people call us to let us know, because I don't want them to come and like they can't get in, right?
Okay.
They'll need to know the combination. So if they can call us at least a day in advance, let us know they're coming. But that is one of the member perks. Is
and how
entrance.
early can they come?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I need at least
okay.
a day's notice to
got
give
it.
them the combination. Because
Okay.
we've had people, because the birds fly in early in the morning, or they take off and leave early in the morning. So we have people that will come at sunrise to get like just the right shot.
Yeah.
And then it's about the shots, and then just about seeing them, like, serious birders have life lists and lists, and they get to check off different birds that they see here. Teacher vibe is
Oh, I'm learning a lot. I'm so excited, and I love like your enthusiasm and your energy and the way you love it,
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm sure in the spring it does look a little different, right? When's your favorite time that I guess things are blooming, or?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess it's all your favorite time, but
yeah, it's all my favorite time, because there's always something to see. Like we don't trim in the winter, because a lot of wasps and a lot of bees, they use the stems of plants to hibernate. So we don't deadhead, we don't like trim them down. We leave things as they are.
Yeah.
And like you can see on this plant.
And in spring do you do it, or you just never do it?
And this, once things start to grow, like once we see that the animals, the insects have awakened, and we see new growth, then we start to trim. But you can see on here, there's so much, there's bee activity, but there's also that little tiny butterfly. Those little butterflies are native to this area, of course, and they are blue pygmies, and they're one of the smallest butterflies in our area. Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I'm starting in my front yard. I'm starting to get little butterflies like that too. Haven't like noticed the colors.
Yeah, they're like blue and orange with little black specks and a little black liner.
It's cute.
And then I wanted to point out this particular tree. And normally, by the principles of leave no trace, we always stay on trails. This is for the audience. But for us, for our purposes right now, I'm going to step off the trail, because I want to point out how this tree has these little holes. Yes, leaf cutter bees. Do you know what leaf cutter bees, like why they're doing this?
They're for their little homes.
Yes.
I have bee houses, and they do that to my leaves.
Exactly.
And me and my kids have seen the process that what they do, and I read about it, and they stuff it with food for their babies, and they put their babies in, and then they put mud. And
yes, that's so exciting. They line their homes with it. So and I see that you have your bee houses, right? But also they make their homes like in the rock walls. And I think it's so cute that
I didn't know they do it in here too.
They do in the crevices.
Oh,
so it's not like they dig out, but they find, if they find a crevice, they will go line the crevice, and then they make their little home there.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
And what were these called?
So this particular one, well, I want you to take a good smell. Take a whiff. Does it smell good or not so good?
It smells like hierba.
Like hierba?
Like, not hierba buena, but...
It just smells green.
Yeah.
Does it smell kind of like poop, maybe?
No.
No, because this particular flower is called, the common name is cow dung daisy or cow poop daisy.
No,
Because when you have a whole field of them, it's kind of like a manure smell.
Oh, I see.
But it's, and actually, you know what? I'm also picking up chocolate from like the chocolate daisies
I'm
around
like so in
here.
love with those chocolate daisies now. I'm gonna plant them because that gave me nostalgia.
So something that we've noticed about the chocolate daisies is that wherever we have the chocolate daisies, because we have rabbits in here also,
Mm.
and the chocolate daisies, it seems that the rabbits don't really eat them the way they do some of our other plants. And well, right now I was going to show you our lawn because the rabbits, we've never mowed the lawn here because the rabbits just keep it perfectly.
Oh, nice
perfectly
manicured.
Yes. But we've had several birthday parties and weddings. October's our busiest month. So the lawn looks terrible right now because there's been a lot of human traffic on it. But normally when it's green, we don't even worry about mowing it. And it was so funny because we would be like, who mowed the lawn? Who mowed the lawn?
And what kind of grass is it?
It's well, so we put rye for the winter and then Bermuda grass.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so yeah, the rabbits just keep it nice and trim.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll get a rabbit for that.
Yeah, for real.
I have a piece of Bermuda grass for my kids, but
you do.
I'm starting to think as they keep growing, I'm like, I'm gonna take away this Bermuda grass and put more native.
Put more native plants.
Yeah.
This is another native, and if you'll look, there's a lot of little butterflies.
Oh,
this is an autumn bloomer. It's one of the last things to bloom. And it's an aster. It's in it's in the daisy family. It's an aster. There are those little tiny butterflies again.
Yeah, I have aster, but not this one. It's the the one they have at the big box stores.
Yeah,
the purple ones. This one's native, right?
It's native.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes they're little. I love these because it's so funny because sometimes they're just little and then all of a sudden they grow giant. Look how heavy these got.
Yeah.
They're even tipped over now.
Yeah.
Because they just got so tall.
I like them.
Here's a yellow bell. Although this one has orange flowers, but how you were saying earlier.
Is this native?
This is, it's not exactly native to this area, but it is a Chihuahuan desert native.
Yeah, I love these.
You'll also find these in the Sonoran Desert, for sure, in the Sonoran Desert. The first time that I saw one of these in a Tucson botanical garden, and it was giant, and I didn't like, how could it be so giant? And there are some here that get a lot of water, like along Donovan, that are so big. But they don't have the freezes in Arizona that we do, so things have the ability to grow bigger because they don't die down the way ours do. They don't freeze.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is related to the desert willow.
Oh yeah, the one you yes, the one over here.
They have similar shaped flowers, and this one also has medicinal properties. It's supposed to help with pain and stuff. But anytime for the people out there, anytime before you try anything
for medicinal purposes.
Yeah, for like make sure you're getting the right one, and you know you're not allergic, all those things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take us back down this trail because I want to go by a native willow tree because there is a true native willow. It's not a weeping willow.
Oh, okay.
There's different kinds of willows, and this other one is called a black willow or a Goodings willow. I'm stopping it here because I don't know if you can see all those sticks inside of the cactus. That's a bird's nest. Like way, like stand where I'm standing.
I'm seeing I'm looking at the squirrel. There's a squirrel in there.
Oh, there's a squirrel
and it looks like,
there.
And it looks like a statue because
he's so still. But yeah, all those little sticks in there are, it's a bird's nest. I can't,
Aww.
I think it's a thrasher, is the type of bird that it is.
Oh, the spines don't bother them?
No. So that's the, like, I know people are always afraid of cactus, but they are habitat, and we'll see skunks like walk in there and kind of like get lost because they build burrows under there. And we see the rabbits, like rabbits will see us and they're like, no, humans, and they take off running and they go into there because they have burrows. They go underground. So yeah, cactus are a very important part of the environment because they're food and they are habitat.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's cute.
So we do field trips for community, like for children, families, schools, and we try to gear them towards the audience.
Oh.
And so like we have next Monday, we have a field trip for unsighted people, and so we have to do a very specific kind of a field trip.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do they get to feel things, obviously?
Feel, smell.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, what's this pretty girl?
Oh my gosh. All right, let's talk about this one. This is one of my favorites. So this is also a Chihuahuan desert native. Apache plume is the common name. And if you get closer and you see, it's like, it's got the calyx or the little bottom part here like a rose. And look at the little buds. Oh. Similar to a rose. So this is one of our native roses, because most roses, like what we get in the grocery store, those are an Asian flower that's been modified, genetically modified. Oh. This is our native rose, or one of our native roses.
In spring, is it full of white blooms?
It's full of white blooms, and then the petals fall away, and then the seeds grow up, and it's called Apache plume, because there are these like little feathers that they disperse with the wind. Oh. And these are ones that the sticks the Native Americans use, the little twigs, for kindling. The wood, the stems are strong enough, but flexible enough that they could have used them for bows, like to make the bows. And then the roots are also medicinal. Awesome. So yeah, lots of purposes.
How long have you been working here?
Altogether, I've been here for 15 years. I started off as a volunteer that came like once a month, and then COVID happened, and my regular job, so first I was a volunteer, then I became a board member, and then COVID happened and my regular job got shut down for 6 months, maybe more. And I started coming here every day, and now I'm the event and volunteer coordinator. So here I am. And so this is one of our native willow trees. And I just want you to see like how big, how vast this tree is. Oh yeah. It's just a giant. This tree, it's not a good landscape tree because it requires so much water. It's one that when the Rio Grande was here naturally, this is one of the trees that grew along the Rio Grande. So it is native to the area, but it has to be in the right place. And the right place is near a water source. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is called a Gooding's willow or a black willow. You know things are in the true willow family when the first name is Salix, S-A-L-I-X. Oh, okay. Yeah, and so this, and I like to point out this willow because it's next to a desert willow.
So like when this happens, do you guys prune this or no?
So this particular one, no. Okay. And I'll tell you why in a second. So yeah, you can see how this leaf and this leaf are similar in shape, which is why this tree got the misnomer common name of desert willow because it's got a willow-shaped leaf. Oh, but this tree is more related to this plant, which is a trumpet vine, and then of course to the yellow bell. These are all cousins. And this one, unlike the twining stinkweed, this one does not kill the tree. So since they're cousins, we just kind of let it grow. There might be a day that comes that we're like, okay, we're gonna take it down, but for now, we've let it grow. They both support butterflies and hummingbirds and other insects, so we just let it grow. This is a great one. This is a sage. This is one of our natural sages. I think it's called sand sage. And you could put it in any soil and it grows. It just like somewhere in your yard where nothing grows, this will grow. See, we've got a whole row of them.
Is this one edible or like a tea or anything or no?
You can make a tea from it. It is in the mint family. If you can squeeze it and smell your hand.
Oh. Like, I love rosemary smell. No.
No, you didn't get an aroma? It is very light.
Yeah.
It's a light aroma. Here, let's come to that one's not very aromatic. Let's come to this one. Because normally I'm all, oh my God, that smells so good. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I like
yeah,
that.
there it is.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
Oh, yeah, so it is in the mint family. Laminaceae, I think, is the scientific name, the first name. And again, some mints are not native to this area, but this one is. And I want to show you another trumpet vine because maybe it still has flower pods on it, or flowers and pods. So this vine is the same vine that's growing on that tree, and it's a trumpet vine, and you can see that the leaf cutter bees love it, and it makes a beautiful orange flower.
Oh, nice.
They're the pods. It is a legume.
Oh, it's a big pod.
Yeah. Oh, can't reach it.
Do you have like weddings right here sometimes?
Yes, we'll do
Little
small weddings
yeah.
in
Oh,
here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I love the big weddings, but I also love the small weddings because
Intimate.
small weddings have all sorts of options where they can do the ceremony.
And for weddings and ceremonies, they just contact you through.
Yeah, they can. There's my phone number, or the phone number is what's on the website. It's on little cards up front. It's on our social media.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll link the website so everybody can.
That
go
would
to
be
that.
awesome. We call this area the sensory garden because every season there's something to see.
Oh.
We've got tons of chocolate daisies in here, so something for aroma. We have the mosaics that were done by a local teacher.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So there's
I love
always
those.
something to see. Well, so they were done by a local teacher, her students, and then junior league volunteers. Because this park, when we first got started, the junior league was instrumental in helping us get started with money and with building and volunteering.
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
One of the junior leaguers was telling me that she didn't know what she was working on. Like, they gave her a tile, they gave her what was going to go on her tile, and then the pieces. So she put it together, but she was like, I didn't know it was going to be part of, like, she didn't know what it was going to be, right? And so she likes walking through here and like seeing. So yeah, it was a community effort to put these together. There's always something to see, something to hear, because we have a fountain back there. And of course, the sound of the insects and the birds.
And for like field trips, do they also contact you? Do the schools have to pay, or is it a contribution?
So no, the schools still pay. Sometimes if it's a small school, like they might ask the parents. The city, like EPISD and YISD and SISD, it goes through the school.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think if it's still there, there might be a paper wasp. Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I do.
There's the wasp nest.
Oh.
And so we have these lights that we put on at night for events. And originally, I used to have this trail of lights go back there and then plug in through there. And so one night, I went through, and then once I plugged in the lights and could see, I was like, oh, and at that time, that nest was much bigger. It's been disintegrating over the years.
Oh.
But at that time, it was a big nest, and it was full of wasps. And I was like, oh, well, I obviously showed no fear, and they didn't bother me. But I chose to walk out. I thought, I'm not going to take my chances and do it twice. So I did walk out this way, and I have since moved where the lights plug in to a different spot because not only the wasp nest, but if you notice, there's little baby cactus.
I see them.
And like a couple years ago, these were tiny. Look at that little one hidden there. Yeah, that's another reason it's so important to like stay on the trails, because you don't know, there might be something small and hidden.
Yeah.
All of these, we didn't plant these here. They chose to grow here.
And those are the ones that do the best.
Exactly, because they chose to grow there. Let me see. I wanted to point out the willow, the black willow. Oh, I think we've done a pretty good job. What do you think?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
There was one last thing. I remember now, the cattails, because since we didn't go out to the wetlands, because flowers take on different shapes. You know, people just assume flowers are petals.
Oh, okay.
So,
this is so pretty.
Let me scoot. And again, we stay on the trails usually, but for this purpose, this is the flower of the cattail.
Oh.
And so as this ripens, ooh, here we go. Those are the seeds.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And those also could be used. You can collect them and stuff them into a pillowcase and make a pillow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything has its uses.
Right?
This is another plant that's one of my favorites. It's called a fairy duster. I don't see any flowers on here, but it is making the fruit now, which are these little berries. There's a leftover of oh, look, there's a good berry right here. And then these
there's the little duster, I think. Is that it? Oh.
But they're already dying down. When they're blooming, it's just this little like puff. It looks like a powder puff.
Oh.
They're so cute. And it's another one. It's a Chihuahuan desert native.
Okay, RubyAnn. Well, I won't take up much more time, but thank you so much for showing us.
I hope I get to see you every season.
Yes, now that I know that it's here, I'm telling you, I didn't know. And I'm in a couple of gardening groups, and I hadn't heard of it.
Well, and we're relatively new. We've only been open to the public. I think we're coming on our 19th year. Okay. And when I go to other cities and visit their botanical gardens, and like I have a favorite in Tucson. It's been there since 1969. And I run into people who live in Tucson and they've never heard of it. And I'm like, it's been here since 1969. How do you not know about this place, right? Right. And so the fact that they've been there for over 50 years, and then the one in Phoenix has been there for 80 years. They just recently had their 80th anniversary. Aww. We're not even 20 years old. We're babies. So I feel like, you know, the people who do know about us, how exciting. Yeah. Like we're still new and people are finding out about us. That's exciting. No, it is. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope the video gets a lot of views and you get more people coming in. Thank you. More people know about it. And yes. Again, thank you. And so since we do want to invite people to come visit, we are we're a private park. We're not funded by city tax dollars or county tax dollars. So there is an entrance fee. It's $3 for adults, $2 for seniors 65 and over, and military, and $1 for children 12 and younger. And without those funds, we wouldn't be able to like water these plants, pull the weeds, keep the water going in the ponds, the electricity on. So yeah, every dollar does matter. And that's my spiel. Thank you.
All right, see you guys. Come to the gardens. Donate, bring your family, tell your friends, and thank you again to RubyAnn.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Bye.